And joining me now is author and wildlife expert, someone who spent a lifetime documenting the big cats in the country and globally. Valmik Thapar joins me. Appreciate your joining us, Valmik Thapar. You have been among the few skeptics when these cheetahs were being brought from the African wilds to India. Now with two more cheetah cubs dying today in Kuno due to sweltering heat and weakness, 6 have died since March. Are you going to tell our viewers today, I told you so? Do you believe your worst fears are coming true?
You know, Rajdeep, I basically love cheetahs. After the tiger, I'm in love with the cheetah. So I've seen over 400 wild cheetahs in Africa. Before the first cheetah came, I did very vocally and very firmly suggest that this was an ill-advised, multi-million-dollar project which would have huge problems because India is not the natural habitat of the cheetah. India does not have the terrain the cheetah needs, the food it needs, and also the cheetah will not be able to deal with a hot Indian summer, wherein the sun temperatures in Kuno can go up to 50 degrees centigrade. And we have tried to reintroduce this animal in India because for 300 years, and mark my words, I have the biggest collection of books here and all the records. For 300 years, we've hardly had any wild cheetahs in this country. A handful, which were shot, the last few, and some by the British, and I believe they were hunting pets of the super elite in India, and the ones that got shot went feral. They ran away from their leash while hunting blackbuck. So I'm not a proponent that India was a country full of cheetahs. It didn't have it. The hunting records don't show it. The books don't show it. The descriptions don't show it. So it was an ill-advised scheme. The Prime Minister was ill-advised about it. And I don't want to see another cheetah die in the sweltering heat.
But Valmik Thapar, this was a project long in the making. You will recall that when the UPA government was in power, Jairam Ramesh, then Environment Minister, had kicked off this project. It was taken forward by the Modi government. Are you saying all the scientists, all the experts who were part of this project had got it horribly wrong? Or is there something wrong in the way it's being implemented at the moment?
You do know that before Jairam triggered the project was rejected by the Honorable Supreme Court. It restarted all over again. And there are lots of scientists against the project. Dr. Ullas Karanth, Dr. Ravi Chelam, and now a whole line of them in South Africa who are writing papers saying, what is this all about? If Kuno is a stony surface, uneven land, dry riverbeds where the cheetah can't escape, can't find suitable habitats, that it has to travel to the border of Jhansi, then brought back to the enclosure, redarted, more chemicals inside. What is this multi-million-dollar project going to prove? We have lovely wildlife. We are rich with wildlife. Why are we got obsessed with reducing the cheetah, which over the last 300 years, there were very few of? So hold the architects of this project, in government and outside, answerable. They have to be answerable for why they...
No, but I take your point about some level of accountability for if there are elements that are going wrong in the project. But given the fact that perhaps we can't now turn the clock back, is there a solution? There are those who are suggesting rather than all the cheetahs in one sanctuary, spread them across, move them to other sanctuaries. The Supreme Court also reportedly is considering this. Is this an option, you think?
I think there should be a proper survey across India where you can have safe, large enclosures to deal with the Indian summer and the raging monsoon that follows. And then rethink your plan to do with the cheetahs. At the moment, keep them safe, keep them alive. I think this is really important because we've seen the problems they're facing. Earlier on, it was said that hot temperatures don't matter, that cheetahs are used to hot temperatures. Now 2 cubs have died. Everyone says it was a sweltering day in Kuno Palput. Hot Indian summers in Rajasthan, everybody knows the temperatures climb to 50 degrees. Madhya Pradesh, Kuno is 60 kilometers as a crow flies from Ranthambore. It's going to be really hot. So what are you going to do? Where are you going to, how are you going to feed them? Where are they running to? Why are they running away from Kuno?
So in a way, what you're suggesting, you're saying have a thorough review of the project, put in place a thorough survey. Don't stand on prestige or ego. This cannot become a vanity project. Am I correct?
Yes, and no ad hoc decisions. We have to be proud of a project where the animals survive, whether the ecology is right, where the terrain is right, and the prey and the food. We don't want cheetahs not to have their escape from leopards by having wide open spaces. We want cheetahs in areas in India, if those areas exist. If they don't exist, the project should be withdrawn, and we should have cheetahs in large captive enclosures and drive in and look at them. I'm sorry, enough is enough. We need a table, a round table on this, and we need the architects of this scheme to point out how many hundreds of cheetahs India had at a moment of time. Where is that evidence? Why is everyone obsessed introducing the African cheetah into India? Surely there are other species from one end of India to the other which require the money, which require the protection. Why have we got grounded on cheetah reintroduction? I don't understand it. Somebody should tell me.
I don't know, I take your point. What you're saying very loudly and clearly is you're calling for some kind of a scientific review and survey of the cheetah project, and maybe that's really what the government needs to do rather than stand on prestige or ego and make this now a vanity project that is irreversible. Valmik Thapar, as always, speaking. Yeah, just go ahead very quickly.
Scientific survey should have scientists who are also critical, not those who are supporting the project. Then you have an evolved opinion. Otherwise, you can't evolve opinion by having everyone on the same side. We all know this. We learnt it in kindergarten. The government should know this.
Okay. Valmik Thapar, for joining me. Thank you very much.
Welcome, Rajdeep.